Hi. I want to thank you each for being here tonight. It shows you have a lot of faith. To quote my favorite movie, Sound of My Voice. 4 months ago, I had a dream. This is the story of a boy I met who was in that dream. And the story that has been happening to me ever since. It's a stupid story. And I'm a stupid person. For the sake of this story, when I henceforth use the word you, I'm not referring to you, the audience, but you, the boy in the dream. You're a man. But some parts of you I find boyish in the best possible way. I was told I was going to die. And I stayed like that for more than a year. And I thought it wouldn't get worse. But it did. I became blind. Then I thought I was never gonna be me again. Everything that I ever wanted and everything that I ever wanted to be required my being able to see. And I went to the ophthalmologist and I went there Wednesday night. I drove there. Then I drove back home Wednesday night. By Monday I was blind. Then my friend Andrew insisted that I painted again. I forced myself to paint. It was this same friend and those same paintings that combined with my having survived came together to put up this tiny art show where I met you. I felt strangely at ease with you. I felt like I could trust you. And I did right away. One day I just decided to text you again. We hadn't spoken for maybe 3 months. That night, I dreamed I was away on a family holiday. At the beach. Well, at the sea. This was actually a beachless sea. I was standing there, the water like waist high. And my family was there. And you. And I thought even in that dream, how strange it was that you were there. You had nothing to do with my family. And if I had to pick one friend to be there with my family, I don't think I would have picked you. But you were there. And I had never in my life seen you. But in my dream, I knew I was seeing you for the first time, and I thought how different your face looked from what I had imagined. And suddenly we were alone in the sea. My family was gone. And these dark shapes started swimming around me. And you were watching me. And I was terrified. One of these animals that I couldn't really make out bit my leg. And I saw my leg with the scars. These scars that I hate. And I thought back then that I didn't want you to see me like that. I didn't want you to see my scars, and I didn't want you to see me vulnerable. But you came close to me, put your hand on my shoulder, and told me not to be afraid of the dinosaurs. And then I realized these dark shapes had turned into ichthyosaurs. And you explained to me that evolution was a physical, tangible manifestation of life in the universe. Of the force behind every life form. And dinosaurs were the utmost, most perfect beings ever created by evolution. And it had been a cosmic mistake that they had become extinct. But now, in this dream, thanks to science, we had dinosaurs back among us, and finally, because of that, nature was on the right track again. And maybe the future was not so dark for the rest of us organisms on Earth. In this dream, you told me to touch the dinosaurs, because that way I could take part, even if just a little bit, in this perfection of life. I woke up from the dream, reached for my phone, and texted you. You told me you wanted to make a movie, and you wanted me to be in it. I was so flattered. I had heard that you were brilliant. And this movie was about vampires. I described how I was plagued by the realization that what drives a vampire, what truly drives a vampire, is not hunger or lust even. It's loneliness. By the end of that afternoon, when we said goodbye, I knew something had changed in me. I realized then that I had been dreaming of you every night since that dream when you and I were out in the water with the dinosaurs. And I don't know if you know this, but the night I had that dream in the water was the night I decided to email this gallery and tell them that either they gave me a solo show or they could go fuck themselves. 2 days later, my solo show was scheduled. By the end of shooting, I knew I couldn't fight what I was feeling. I tried to trace this feeling back to other experiences, other people in my life. My first ex-boyfriend, my second ex-boyfriend. I cried that night. I was scared of what was going to happen. I all of a sudden was asking the universe or Mother Nature or whatever was out there, if there was anything out there, that if there was any way whatsoever that I could come through the hell that I had been trapped in the past couple of years and be able to be together with you, then please let it be. You got up, went to the kitchen, and then it hit me, and I choked. Yes, the chicken was extremely dry. It was tasty too, don't get me wrong. But mostly I choked because of the surprise. And I asked you, is this birthday cake? And you said, yes, of course, and came back from the kitchen holding 2 slices of cake and explained to me that you didn't know which cake I would like, and so I had 2 different slices, and so I had 2 candles, and so I could make 2 wishes. I think you and I both know what the first wish was. It was the same wish that was written on the last sentence, on the last page of the letter I had folded in my pocket, which felt like it was going to blow a hole through my leg while I was sitting there blowing the candles on my birthday cake. I took your hand, with the letter in your hand, folded your hand, held your hand to my lips, and I hugged you. I never felt for them what I was feeling for you then. And yet I knew I loved them. I couldn't stop talking about you, and I hated myself for it, because every time I talked about you to anyone, they just pointed out how stupid I was. And they made comments that I'm almost sure were an effort to point out how much closer they were to you than you were to me. I spent more than a year dying. And then I went blind. And I spent a year wishing I had died. And then I had a dream. And then I felt alive again. As months went by with Esteban, I felt more and more trapped. Not trapped by him, but trapped by myself. I wanted and needed something else, and if I couldn't get it, I was going to hurt him. I don't think I ever loved him more than when we said goodbye. When we said goodbye, he held me. And he said, I enjoyed these months with you very much. And I cried because I didn't. I didn't enjoy it. I was too busy grieving and too overcome with pain and loss and death to enjoy my love for him. I thought, there is no possible way anyone can put up with this. There must have been at least 3 occasions when I was locked in my bathroom crying, just wishing desperately that I was dead. And thinking, now is when he's going to leave. At any moment now, I'm going to hear him walk into the door, walk in my room, grab his things, and leave. And yet, on every single one of those occasions, instead of leaving, he came and saying nothing. He held me in his arms and kissed me. I couldn't stand the loneliness I was feeling, which was the same loneliness I had been feeling for the past 2 years, for the past 10 years, for the past 28 years. The same loneliness that seems to vanish when I'm around you. And I got this message from a complete stranger. The only thing in my mind was, how does he know that I just hung up the phone and decided to make a stupid, crazy trip to Los Angeles? But then 1 week later, out of the blue, you called me and told me that if I did come to Los Angeles, you wanted to take me to the ocean. What I was scared of was being half naked in front of other people, in front of you. But I decided not to tell you, because I didn't want to seem immature or weak. Maybe just being allowed to breathe in your presence again would make it worth it. And the moment I came out of the car, said hi to you, and you told me to take your arm, the moment my hand came in contact with the skin on the inside of your arm, I knew. I knew then what I had known all along. It was worth it. And this part of my brain keeps telling me that maybe I survived so that I could live this feeling. Maybe it was just a dream, but maybe the dreams I have and the fictions and the lies I make up, maybe they make me up. Every moment I have spent with you here, just as every moment and every interaction between us, since that first dream until now, has been a confirmation of this feeling. So, you see, being blind, I saw you in a dream. And it made me come here. And then we spent this morning on the beach. And I was not scared anymore. And I saw my hand. And then you came closer. And I saw the outline of your head. And then I went closer to the water, and I saw the edge of the water coming closer to me. And the reflection of the sun on the water. Being blind, I saw you. And I was supposed to die, but I didn't die. And then I met you. And I felt alive. And I'm doing things I had never done before, and doing things I thought I was never gonna do again. And maybe it's stupid, maybe it's just a dream, and maybe it's a lie. But maybe it has made me stronger and brave the limits between dream and reality and lies and truth. Are a lot fuzzier than we all think. Or maybe, to quote my favorite movie, Mean Girls, the limit does not exist. I think you're imprinted in my brain. I think I will never forget you. And I think I will never understand any of this. But it's okay, because what I do understand is that you've showed me that what lies ahead is a lot better than what lies behind. And I am through feeling lonely. And I am through waiting. I am sick of waiting. I am sick from waiting. Waiting to die, waiting to live, waiting to see you again. Oh, my life is changing. Here I am. Day. In every you will always be a part of me. In all my dreams, it's never quite as it seems. Never quite as it seems. I never felt like this before, and now I'm feeling it even more. Because it thanks to you. Now I tell you openly, you have my heart, so don't hurt me. For what I couldn't find, totally amazing mind, so understanding and so kind. You're everything to me. Oh, my life is changing every day, in every possible way. And oh, my dreams, it's never quite as it seems. 'Cause you're a dream to me, dream to me. Thank you so much, everybody.